Here we are, Tony. Just the two of us.
Very nice, Wally. Private little room. You really have connections, I see.
I usually have lunch here. I can recommend everything. As you can see, they got moussaka. They got Greek food, Mediterranean food.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I did Oprah Winfrey's show? It was way back when, before it was the Oprah Winfrey Show, she did AM Chicago. And this production crew was used to me partying, because it was the early 80s. And so they thought that I required a lot of entertainment. So when I flew in, they picked me up and they took me to a Greek restaurant. Oprah was there and I met her and she was very nice and very smart. She had no ouzo. I, however, ended up dancing on the tables. And the next day, there I was on Oprah Winfrey, throwing up in a bucket every time they went to the commercial. I swear it's a true story, and she was so disappointed in me.
Really?
I was absolutely a mess.
Yeah, that ouzo can come up.
It's horrible.
Surprise you.
Welcome to Jason's.
I'll have the mixed green salad with oil and vinegar and herb-crusted halibut.
I'll have a Caesar salad and a swordfish.
Thank you.
Now, you had originally a 13-week contract.
Right.
And you came on as...
I came on as Bobby's Tonto.
Okay.
I was the guy who... always the Indian.
Okay.
I was the guy who came on...
You got to play the Indian.
Yeah, I loved it. I'm much better as a sidekick than as a leading man. So Bobby was, at that time, the prime bitch of daytime. Jackie Zeman, my dear, sweet friend who I adore. And I came on as her brother to basically ring Scotty Baldwin's doorbell and run, you know, just to annoy Scotty and Laura.
Because they were the hot couple. They were the hot
couple. One thing that I just realized is that back then, when Gloria came on the show,
Gloria Monty.
She was there, Gloria Monty, she was there to save General Hospital.
Right. She brought in mystery, grand romance in the sense of movie-time romance, comedy. She took the show on location. Shows had never been on location before.
And one of the things that she did was start this whole youth movement, with the young storyline with Kin and Jeannie. And so you came on to what it wasn't to be a triangle. It was to just be
I was just there.
A problem for them, a conflict, an obstacle to keep them apart.
Again, I was Bobby's. I did Bobby's dirty work for her.
And so you broke them up. And how did you break them up?
What happened is Luke fell in love with Laura, and he intended to break them up for Bobby, but he ended up breaking them up for himself.
Well, how did that all transpire?
Well, it was very...
Did that all happen in the 13 weeks that you were hired?
No, at the end of the 13 weeks, I was supposed to die, but it was the rape that really put me on the map.
How did they shoot that? I mean, did they take great care with that?
Yes, they did.
Gloria was on the set the whole time?
Gloria directed it, and she knew that she was doing something controversial and exciting and different, and there was a lot of time and energy put into it.
What about, do you know if she was warned by the network, don't go there?
No, because the network had given her carte blanche, and she radically changed it. Really started the whole, which we now all enjoy as daytime. When I first met with her, I had done 2 other soaps, as I said. I met for another role, for the role of Tracy's lover, Mitch Williams. I didn't get that part, but Gloria called me about a week later and said, I want to write a role for you. And I went in and talked to her, and she said, if this works, it may go longer than 13 weeks. And I said, I don't want to do any longer because I hate soap opera. And she said, so do I, honey, and that's what we're going to change.
Really?
So, yeah.
Now, why did you hate soap opera? Because...
Well, I had done 2, and I found them confining. The stakes were not high. The characters were not bigger than life. It was just small. It was kitchen. It was. Yeah. It came right out of radio.
Organ music? Was the organ music still on?
There was, if not organ, certainly, something that sounded like one. Right. 3 little guys in the back.
Because she did a lot with the music too, didn't she?
Yeah, she changed all that too. Yeah. So anyway, it all changed after that, and I never expected it. I certainly didn't expect to sit here 27 years later. But it turned out better than I anticipated. Yes, please.
It did turn out better than you anticipated.
Yes, much better. It's been a whole career.
Do you think you could get hired in this environment? I'm not sure Gloria would have been able to hire you.
Well, you know, Gloria wouldn't have been able to hire me these days anyway, because I'm not a Buffy boy. I never like to take my shirt off in front of the camera, and I avoided it at all costs, and that is a requirement now. I don't play boy toy.
But years ago, Tony, you told me that you were the first person to ever get totally naked.
Yeah, but that's different.
On a love scene.
That's different. I'm happy to take my clothes off from the waist down. I know where my assets are.
It was a scene with Holly.
It's a scene with Holly. It's on the mountaintop right in the first week or so where he meets Holly, played by Emma Sams. We were in sleeping bags, and it was night, and I couldn't get the feeling of this scene getting up in the morning, so I got in the sleeping bag and took everything off.
So for those of you who have that show back in the early 80s where they were on the mountaintop, you can go back, rewind it, or fast forward
Run it in slow-mo. It's so worth it. It was horrible hair. I'm going to pay in fashion hell for that hair.